Hey guys, we're here in Cagliari, which is the capital of Sardinia. Sardinia is the second largest island in Italy, the first largest being Sicily. And I came here I've never been here before, and Sardinia has a very good reputation, particularly for the beaches. One thing is, as an American, initially, we know of Rome and Florence and Venice and those great cities, but the more you spend time in Italy, the more you understand where a lot of the Italians and also other Europeans love and go for vacation. And Sardinia is one of those places, very popular in the summers. Tons of Italians and Europeans will come here for the beaches. And I remember many times in the past I've searched online the most beautiful beaches of Italy and most beautiful beaches of Europe. And Sardinian beaches always come up. So we're going to talk to Alessandro about that this morning. And what I'd like to do is introduce Alessandro. He's a friend of mine from Cagliari. He's also a tour guide, and he works with a school that teaches Italian lessons. So I'll introduce you to him, but then I have a few things that I'd like to address with him, and particularly talk about the beaches, talk about the archaeological sites of Sardinia, the food and the wine, the fact that this is known as a blue zone, and also the accent, the Sardinian accent, which Alessandro is going to show us. So right now we're pretty much on top of a mountain here, overlooking the entire city of Cagliari, and this is Alessandro.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Alessandro, your last name is Picciao, no?
Picciao, yeah.
Okay.
Typical Sardinian surname.
Great. And what is it that you do here in Cagliari?
Well, I'm a tourist guide, an official tourist guide of Sardinia. I studied tourism at Cagliari University, and what I do is organize cultural experience tours through the island. I started more or less 10 years ago working with a school named L'Accademia that organized study holiday, let's say, where people from all over the world came here in Cagliari for studying Italian in the morning, and in the afternoon I go with them to explore the island, to see our beautiful beaches, our archaeological sites, and also doing wine and food tours.
Is that all year round?
Yeah, all year round.
Okay, so what Alessandro was explaining earlier is that he works with the school, L'Accademia. L'Accademia is special because they have private lessons for American students and students from all over the world. But one of the unique parts of Sardinia, which is different from a lot of the other big cities like Rome and Florence, for example, where I actually studied Italian in Florence. But in Florence, everybody really speaks English, so it's hard to be forced to speak Italian. On this island, many people do not speak English. Of course, many do, but comparatively, most people do not speak English, which forces the student to speak Italian more. So that's one other positive aspect of it. Also, Alessandro works with the school, so he does the tours. So various excursions are taking place on a daily basis to see all the nice things of Sardinia. So I'll tag Alessandro. If any of you are interested in studying here or even just visiting, Alessandro is a great person to know and to take you around to all the great places. But Alessandro, where exactly are we right now?
We're now over a hill of Cagliari. Cagliari lies on several hills, and what you are looking at now is the main part of the city, the historical city center named Castello, that was originally built in Middle Ages by traders from Pisa that named the city Castelcastro di Cagliari. It was then the seat of the regional parliament, of the viceroy. There's a cathedral. You can see ramparts, towers, and etc.
Okay, excellent. And where are the beaches? Because tell us a little bit about the beaches. It's not just one beach or two
No.
beaches.
Not at all. We have lots of beautiful beaches. Even in Cagliari, we have a very long and nice beach named Poetto Beach. But we have also very beautiful beaches like Chia or Costa Rey, very nice little coves like Cala Luna, Cala Golorizze, Cala Sissina, or a most rough beaches like those in the western coast of the island, where you can see very high sand dunes that are with the highest we have in Europe.
Well, which is the most beautiful beach? Is it usually ranked number one or number two?
Number one of Italy is Chia Beach, that is found on the south of Cagliari. I mean, 45 minutes from Cagliari.
South of Cagliari. 'Cause
South
we're already
of Cagliari.
we're already south of the island.
Yeah, yeah.
Cagliari is on the south part. So
South part.
So
yeah.
how many minutes from Cagliari is this
From
beach?
Cagliari, 45 minutes.
Okay, so then obviously you would fly in right to Cagliari if you want to go to this beach and take a
Absolutely. Cagliari is a good
Taxi?
a good point, strategical point to reach all these beautiful beaches.
Okay, excellent. And what you were explaining, and I didn't know this, but other than the beaches,
Yeah.
Sardinia is very special because of the archaeological sites.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Alessandro was explaining that there are sites from the Bronze Age all over. How many different locations are here in Sardinia?
Well, speaking about the most important archaeological sites we have that are named nuraghi, we have more than 7,000 of these huge stone towers named nuraghi all over the island. They were built by a mysterious civilization that spread in the island from the 1500 here BC till the first centuries of the second millennium BC. They were the Nuragic civilization were able to build a sort of castle, very big building composed of different towers linked each other, forming a sort of rampart with inside narrow passages, etc.
They're UNESCO World Heritage Sites,
Yeah,
correct?
the most important one is the one named Su Nuragi, that since 1997 is a UNESCO Heritage Site listed.
Okay, and we tried to get there yesterday, but it was raining and it was therefore closed because it's not a safe place when it rains, apparently. But Alessandro has many pictures on his Facebook page you can check out. It was really amazing to know, if anyone is following these videos, from last week, you see that I went back to Villa d'Este in Tivoli, which is about 500 years old. Then I went back to the Roman Empire about the 2nd century AD to Villa Adriano, and now here we went 2,000 years prior to that. No, maybe about 1,500 BC. Would you agree? And that's the archaeological sites here. But one of the interesting things, a lot of these names that you talk to me about, they don't even sound Italian.
No.
And it's where's the roots of a lot of these names?
Well, we have our own language, Sardinian language, that shares equal dignity with Italian language. It's not an Italian language, but came directly from Latin
Right.
language. It's a new Latin language.
For example, I noticed a lot of the pastas or food that I was ordering yesterday, they're words that I don't recognize in Italian. So it probably comes from the Latin or the Sardinian accent.
Yeah, we tasted different things and lots of food we have in the island came from Spanish tradition, because Sardinia stayed more or less 4 centuries under Spanish rule. So both in our language, in our culture, in our food, we can see Spanish and Italian influences.
And Latin.
And Latin as well. Yeah.
Correct, okay. And then let's cross over so we can see the water. We're going to cross over the street now. Alessandro, tell us an example of the accent. I remember you said yesterday that come ti chiami would be simply what is your name in Italian. But how would you say that in your Sardinian dialect?
Language is commenti di Zerias
Okay, yeah, that's...
or Itadinanta, totally different, because Sardinia is another language.
Wow, very different, very different. So here, let's go back there. Looks like they're working. You have the firemen that are doing something over there.
They're doing training.
Training?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so explain also to the Italian enthusiasts what are we overlooking here?
Yeah, we're looking at the regional park of Molentargius. That's one of the many lagoons we have in the island, and all these lagoons are special because are home for lots of different wild bird species, among which the most famous in Cagliari is the pink flamingo, that is also one of the symbols of the city. And
Great.
then it was also in the past a salt work where the salt was collected. And then you can see the beautiful Gulf of the Angels, the Gulf
Beautiful.
of Cagliari.
Beautiful. And could you explain what are some of the traditional foods and traditional wines of Sardinia?
Well, we have our traditional grapes and wine. The most famous red wine variety is named Cannonau, that's spread and is cultivated all over the island. And about white wine, we have Vermentino. We produce in the island one of the best Italian red wine named Turriga, that was invented by the same person who created famous Super Tuscan Sassicaia, for example. And
what about the food? You have some unique cheese here?
yeah, absolutely. We produce one of the most good Italian cheeses. It's named Pecorino. That is not the white Pecorino Romano, but Sardinian Pecorino, made with sheep's milk.
And Alessandro was explaining there's about 1.5 million people that live on the island, but there's about 3 million sheep. So they take their cheese very seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
And one of the other interesting facts is that Sardinia is a blue zone, which means that on the island of Sardinia there's a larger population of male centenarians, which surprised me because usually, I always read that women historically live longer than men, but here on the island there are more centenarian men than anywhere else in the world. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And why is that though? What is the reason for that?
Yeah, different reasons. an unspoiled environment, social life, but
Most importantly, the wine.
most important is to drink a little red wine with each meal.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we touched on, I think, a lot of the different issues to give people a general understanding of Sardinia. We hope you all can come to Sardinia, meet Alessandro, and see all the beautiful things that the island has to offer. All right, everyone. We'll check out now. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye bye.